Hello, 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 hello. Let's wait for people to come in. It's a beautiful sunny day in Perth, Western Australia. Bright, gorgeous blue skies. And today, as I labelled this StreamYard, is the planet and the people on it have really had a huge shift in 2020, and it's been happening for 30 years, 40 years. 2020 has just magnified what has been happening for the last 30 or 40 years, with so many more people really aware of their time and their family and their passions and their drive to be independents. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. I think it's such an important, let's address this and let's discuss it. So I hope some people come in and we can discuss that. And you'll see that my website today is about, it takes you to Holiday Breakthroughs. It is a 1 hour power to hour tomorrow. It's a webinar. You can go there and you can go and register. And that's exactly what I'll be talking about tomorrow. With a plan, you'll be going away with the structure and the skeleton. We can't do a lot in 1 hour, but I can give you the skeleton of how to get to 2021 much easier so that you can take advantage of really where we are at this juncture right now at the end of 2020. And I think that it's such a powerful tool to be able to have if you are able to flesh out what you're going to be doing in 2021, what drives you to deliver those assets in 2021, and then how are you going to do it and who you're going to do it with and when are you going to do it. And that's what we're going to be going through in our, I think there's about 9 sessions taking you from the middle of December through to the middle of January to really catapult you and it will actually be starting your year in 2021. And that's why I've structured it like I have structured it. So this week is a very busy week for me because not only do I have this program starting that I have done before, but I've done it in a stretched out version in my mentoring program, but I've put it together in a very short and precise way. The reason being is, let me itemize these, is that, as I said right at the very beginning of this broadcast right here, is people have had a catapult forward in the bigness of how important their time is and the awareness of where they spend their time, who they spend their time with, why they're spending their time there, and making really, really clear, concise decisions as to all of those when, what, hows, and whys. And then that family time has really, it's changed a lot of people's directions. People not being able to see their families and people being able to see their families and wanting to see more of their families. And one of the discussions that I've had with my family this week is, what are we going to have? What are we going to do for Christmas? And what do we all want for Christmas? None of us want anything materialistic, and we haven't done for a long time. And this year, it's even more so important of what experiences can we have, and then what are those experiences that we want for ourselves. And all of us said we all want more time together. We all want more time to be able to just hang out, have conversations, be able to discuss where we're going financially, discuss some of the things that are not working for us, just hang out and enjoy each other's company, really get a sense of who we all are, because we often don't get that bulk amount of time for a weekend or a long weekend or even maybe a week. Wouldn't that be so cool? So they're the sorts of things that we've been talking about to give each other for Christmas this year, so that we are really consciously making and carving out time for 2021, which we did in 2020 because we had time. But now things have changed. 2 of our borders in Australia have just opened up today. Western Australian border is going to be opening up to 3 of our states next week. And so the new normal, which is the new phrase, the new normal is really happening. And people are, I believe, going to be not wanting to go back to what it was like in 2019. They are going to be wanting to take those learnings and those realizations that they have got and been able to spend time on, like their family, like their awareness, like their rituals, like some of the expertise and the courses that they have done in 2020, because they've had more time and they've been able to learn tools, simple things like StreamYard and Zoom. And so people are now able to really up their engagement in themselves and outside in the world. So what is this program all about? It's about putting in structures and times and dates so that the people that are attending are really super clear, not only on the physical things to be done for 2021, but also why are they doing that and how can they do those tasks in this very, what I'm calling Clarity is Power program, breakthrough program. The other thing that I think has, and we're going to be addressing this in the program, is people's personal space. I've heard from my kids and I've heard from the people that are my students, is their personal space is becoming really sacred. And this has been a banter in the new age sector for 30, 40, 50 years, is how to have a beautiful space that you can come into and that's yours, and that you can be taking a deep breath when you come in there, and you become very authentic and grounded when you're in your own home space. And people are really, I'm hearing, taking that to heart. And what they've done in 2020 is they have actually created that. Many people have created, they've shifted houses, they have renovated, they've cleaned, they've thrown out a lot of stuff. A lot of people have become very clear as to what they love and cherish about their home, and have put a lot of time into creating more of a sacred space for themselves at home. The other thing is that I think that a lot of people have become very much more aware of, and you see it everywhere on social media, and you see it on mainstream television, is being grateful, being thankful, being really thankful for what it is that we have, and taking what we have now, right now, what we can see, being thankful for everything that we have worked for, everything that is in our space now, and building on that, rather than looking and going, I don't have this and this is where I want to go. So looking more from a thankfulness point of view rather than what am I missing point of view. And a lot of people have been telling me that has come through more time to meditate, specific type of meditations, more time to be around people that are already doing that. And that has been the online connection. The other thing that I've heard and I've seen for the last 5 or 6 years, but 2020 has catapulted it, is that drive for people to be independent, especially women, and especially women from about 40 odd to about 60. The highest right now, the number of women that are over 50 that are homeless it's never been to this level before. And I don't know about in America or different countries, but definitely in Australia, it's a huge problem. And what I'm seeing is that people women, we have always taken for granted that we're going to be taken care of. And it's only the women that have been able to have the chance to earn their own money when their marriage breaks down or their partner passes away or something happens, that they are in a position where they are not totally independent. And so, of course, then when they get to their late 40s or 50s or 60s, they actually don't have enough cash and financial resources where they are independent. So what have I got there? I've just 1, 2, 3, 4, those 5 really elements, a mixture of all of those elements, plus what I teach, nature's principles, woven in to create a very substantial plan. And this is what I do for myself, and this is what I did last year and the year before, so that people can go through 2021 really super clear with some extra tools, some extra processes, and a written program really from what is it that they have to share. And that's what Connecting Dots is all about, is are you able to connect? Are you able to connect with other people from your creativity? And really, what is creativity? I did this research with a questionnaire when it was at the beginning of the year, when I changed the Connected Dots program a little bit. Do I have anybody on here? No, I don't. That's okay. It has been advertised on social media, but everybody's busy. This is a busy time of the year, and people get very distracted. And it's difficult unless you have a team of people behind you to keep you on track and be able to delegate to what are some of those other actions that need to take place when you're running any type of business. We can't run a business totally by ourselves. We need suppliers, we need customers, we need a team to be able to help us get to where we want to be, whether we are online or offline. But what I was talking about was, forget what I was talking about now. Anyway, those 5 elements: time, the awareness of time, the importance of family, the importance of that personal sacred space in your home, in people's homes, the active thankfulness, and that more personal drive to be independence. Those 5 elements have catapulted in 2020. And they're the sorts of things that there's specific processes that I have used in my mentoring program. And then woven in between it is how to predict what is going to happen through the nature's principles, if you understand them. And so, as I was saying, I think this is where I was going. I lost my train of thought. But what I've done in the last couple of years is to be able to catapult people into their following year, so that they can be really, really, really super clear as to what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, when they're going to do it, who they're going to do it, and ultimately, the most important is why they're doing it. All of my processes come from what I have developed. And that may sound egotistical, and I've never really said that before because I've always felt that it is egotistical, but I've realized in the last couple of months it's driven by the tall poppy syndrome, and it's driven by that tall poppy syndrome because it's so prevalent here in Australia, and I think that it's actually all over the world, that your friends and family and the people that you know and have known for a long time, society itself actually want us to be with them. They want to be included. So when you step out and you start to become somebody that's maybe doing something a bit different, or you're speaking in a different way, or you're developing something new, they don't understand it. And it presses their buttons. It sets them up to feel that they are not understanding, and then they change the subject, or they don't say anything, or they may make a sarcastic remark because they don't understand. It's not about you not doing good work. So if you are thinking about wanting to make those connections with yourself, but also with your own audience, then Holiday Breakthroughs would be exactly the program that would be good for you. And I'm not saying that it's for everybody, because it's not for everybody. It's for people who actually want to be able to share a product or products or service or services, or want to be able to consult on a level that from a position of what they already know, from their skills, and then, of course, their attributes. And if I was to ask somebody, what are your skills? Most people go, I can use Word, I can use Excel, so sort of those hard skills. But what are the other skills that you have not acknowledged? And then as for the attributes, most people have no clue because they haven't asked other people. And most people come from that understanding of those attributes from what they perceive themselves. So this Holiday Breakthrough, and this is part of my process, is part of, we need to have 2 sides. We need to have the 2 sides of ourselves, and the 2 sides of our business, and the 2 sides of our products and services be seen, so that we can actually take good, clear steps to be able to flesh out what it is that's inside of us, and then to be able to move forward with people that can actually support us. There's a lot of people out there that are taking things from somebody else. They might have just done a course or a program, and they take it and they put it in together and say, I'm the guru on this. That's not the case with me. I'm not 40 or 50. Actually, I'm not 60 anymore either. And so what I teach is what I know has worked for my students in the past and is working, what has worked for me, what is working for me, and what is working for my students. And 2020 has actually changed a lot of that. 2020 has created a very different environment for us to work and live in and connect with. So I hope that in lots of ways you have gathered little distinctions from this StreamYard, and go ahead and register for the free webinar tomorrow. The reason that I do it at this time of the year is that it takes you through the busy time so that you don't get to the end of January or the middle of January or the beginning of February when your kids go back to school and go, okay, where was I in the end of November? It keeps the continuity and it grows your thinking, it grows your skills, and it grows your clarity as to where you want to go for 2021. So I hope you have a great day wherever you are. Remember, we have the webinar tomorrow at 2 p.m. Perth time. And then on Thursday, the topic for our Global Women's Voice is how to be genuine online and offline. And it would be a very interesting conversation because some people like to put on these different hats and be somebody here and be somebody different over here, or be somebody different in front of this person, or be somebody different when something doesn't work for them or their expectations aren't met. So Global Women's Voice is a very, very powerful conversation, which is happening this Thursday as well. So bye for now. This is a 15-minute little power session. Hope you have a great day wherever you are, and I'll talk to you soon. And I will actually put this link underneath this StreamYard when I finished so that you can go and have a look at the registration page. And I'd highly recommend that you come to the webinar tomorrow and start to flesh out where you want to go in 2020 on many different levels. Bye for now and big hugs.